you celebrate, and I'm sorry that we're doing such a weird time here with the live Q&A. It was the holidays, so I want to make sure I was there with my family. But here I'm going to answer your questions about the 2021 Ram 1500 TRX, and TRX is spelled TRX, but Ram refers to it as the T-Rex, a clear dig at the Ford F-150 Raptor. So first we're going to get to the questions from Instagram and YouTube's community page. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's at MilesPerHr. I'm also posting a bunch of videos on TikTok. That's also at MilesPerHr. And then we will get to the questions from you guys who are tuned in live on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for joining. Christina is manning the camera for perhaps the last time before.
I think we say that
We say it every time, but it's perhaps the last time this time. So Christina, what is our first question about the Ram T-Rex?
I just lost it. Okay. Does it feel overly wide and cumbersome in city driving? Any bad blind spots? From Hayden.
It's a great question, Hayden. It is a massive truck. It is 8 inches wider than a standard Ram 1500. And so, if you are not used to driving something this big, if you haven't driven a Raptor, then it's going to feel really very difficult to position on the road, to find yourself within the lane markings sometimes, on narrow roads, to fit into parking spaces. It's going to be tough. Like the first 3 days I had this truck, I had to repark it like twice or 3 times every time I'd go to a parking lot. So it is a bit cumbersome if you're not used to it. You do get used to it though. Now I feel very comfortable after a week with this truck. I feel very comfortable driving it around, and I easily know when I'm going to make a turn, when I'm going to have to do it again. And so you do get used to it. There aren't really any bad blind spots, and this one is equipped with blind spot monitoring with rear cross traffic, which is all bundled into this one package called Level 2 Equipment Group. And so if you get that, you're not really worried about it. Also has a 360-degree surround view camera system. Very valuable when a truck is this long, wide, tall, all those things. So it's not awful, Hayden, but it's a good question. What's next? It's like sunny and rainy at the same time. This is a very odd phenomenon.
Horn check from Pablito.
Okay, Pablito. Horn check. I'm probably going to have to turn on the car for this. No, I don't have to. There you go. That's the horn. One more time.
People are sleeping.
Oh, I don't think so. It's 9 a.m. They should be awake.
It's still vacation for some people. Okay, what is the fuel consumption from Ziv Zavila?
It's a great question, Ziv Zavila, and I get this question all the time, both in person, when I'm at a fuel station, which I have to frequent in this truck, and then in all the comments on the various social media platforms. The EPA ratings for fuel economy on the Ram T-Rex are as follows: 10 city, 14 highway, and 12 combined. I've not been seeing anywhere close to those figures, and that is also including the resets that I've made and then driving more conservatively, because there were a couple days where I was driving, like aggressively, having fun with it, but then I drove it conservatively and I was only getting 7 to 8 mpg is what I've actually been seeing. And I know a few other people asked this question, and so we'll reference their questions later, but yeah, EPA says should get 12. I've been seeing 7 to 8.
All right. Performance truck like this or performance SUV like X5M Comp from Creative Habo?
Creative Habo, that's a great question. So would I rather have a performance truck or a performance SUV like the X5M Competition? Honestly, before I drove this, I would have said absolutely X5M Competition. But as I've driven this around, I found that, one, the ride quality is tremendously good. The cabin insulation is also remarkably good given the dimensions and how unaerodynamic of a shape it is. And as I've gotten used to maneuvering something this big and wide, I would choose this. Now, granted, you are going to see fuel economy benefits in something like an X5M Competition, but not crazily so. I think the X5M Comp gets like 16 combined MPG or something like that. It's also not great. So I think if you could just forget about the fuel economy, I would rather drive this around. One, it's just so much fun to take a jump. And you'd never have to worry about missing a curb. You've got 35-inch tires with massive sidewalls. You're never going to scrape a wheel or anything like that. You just get used to it. And there's something very fun about driving a big truck like this, especially when it has 702 horsepower. So I think I would go with this. To be honest, it's been tons of fun. Way more fun than I expected.
All right.
Next question. Good question, though.
Okay, how fast and acceleration from Hirofumi?
Hirofumi asked, how fast is this truck and what is the acceleration? So the 0 to 60 time from Ram is 4.5 seconds. Other tests have seen faster. The top speed is 118 miles an hour though, and I wouldn't want to go any faster. And something this high off the ground, 118 is going to feel crazy, especially if you're on dirt.
Okay. Did you say
Oh yeah, Hirofumi also asked about the, I did say the acceleration. I think he asked about the handling, right?
Yeah.
Shockingly good. Again, given the center of gravity being what it is, it handles remarkably well. I'm not going to go corner carving in this vehicle, but you feel very stable taking a corner, and certainly in an emergency maneuver, you don't feel like the truck is going to topple over. It has a really nice wide stance, and it feels really stable in corners.
Do we know when these will become available? From Chris M.
Chris M, good question. Yes, they people have already placed orders, and I was talking to a gentleman online the other day who was very interested in this truck, and he said, yeah, I've already got mine ordered and it should be here before the end of the year. So deliveries will start before the end of this year, but most of them are going to come in.
That's 3 days.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he's getting it like tomorrow or the day after. So yeah, most of them are going to be in the first quarter of 2021. Says Christina.
Okay. If you press traction control for more than 8 seconds, will it switch off completely? From Zulu Alpha.
Zulu Alpha asked, if I press traction control for more than 8 seconds, will it switch off completely? Yes, I will show you that. But first, let's just start it up. You guys have been waiting.
Yeah.
Let's start it up. Rev it a couple times. You can see those 5-inch exhaust outlets back there.
I'm not gonna stop.
No, Christina's not gonna go up close for safety reasons, but. About 4,500 RPM, at least to start. It does build up to about 5,000 RPM. That's obviously not the red line. It sounds better when you get deeper into the red line, deeper into the RPM, but it still sounds pretty meaty. That's a HEMI V8 right there with a 2.4 liter supercharger on top of that. It's a good sound. It doesn't have butterfly valves like the other Hellcat powered vehicles. So I don't know if the Durango Hellcat had butterfly valves either. So it's pretty much this continuous exhaust noise all the time. Doesn't matter what drive mode you're in, that's just kind of what you're getting. I think it sounds nice.
Okay, if you could have one car featured on your channel, what would you choose and why? From Brian.
Brian, did I write Brian or Ben? I think it's Ben.
It's Ben.
It's Ben, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, okay. It's okay, Christine, you're pregnant. You're very pregnant. Pregnancy
That's
brain.
his excuse for everything.
If I could have one vehicle featured on this channel, which one would I have and why?
Oh boy.
I would choose one of the Koenigseggs. I don't care which one. I'm just so curious about those vehicles. From an engineering standpoint, they're so interesting to me. They're consistently trying to reinvent the wheel in ways that make the cars, in some cases, simpler, which is fascinating to me. And yet there's more performance to be gleaned from these inventions. I think Christian von Koenigsegg and his team are just brilliant guys with a focus on supercars and hypercars and all that
I thought
stuff.
he was saying, like, which one would you want to have?
No, I think maybe my interpretation, I think he's asking if I could feature a car on the channel, which one would I want? And I currently don't have
That's
access to
not what I
Koenigsegg.
thought.
Well, okay, so I'll answer Christina's version of the question and mine. And what I think Ben is asking.
Well, actually, no, you're right.
Yeah, I'm right. Okay.
Hey.
So I think he's asking what car I would feature. I would feature a Koenigsegg. I don't currently have access to him. Christina's making all sorts of faces at me right now. Wish you could see him. And it's not distracting at all. So what is our next question, Christina, Facemaker?
You already talked about what is the fuel economy and does it have cylinder deactivation? They probably can't hear me with the engine
Okay,
on.
well, I'll turn it off.
From Zaki.
So fuel economy we discussed. I've been seeing in real world like 7 mpg and 7 or 8, and it does not have cylinder deactivation. One of the things that is, I'm sure, hampering the fuel economy, the potential fuel economy, is not having cylinder deactivation in certain modes. Like, just if you're cruising on the highway, it would be really nice to have cylinder deactivation. That's a moment where you don't really need the extra power, especially if you're just cruising at, like 70 miles an hour on the highway. That would be a great time to kick it down to like 4 cylinders instead of the 8 and save just quite a bit of fuel, I'm sure, after a long trip. This thing really does cruise so nicely. I would take it on a trip, but I would be filling up a lot.
Someone keeps telling me to focus the camera. I'm doing fine.
Christina's response to the person telling her to focus the camera: I'm doing fine. I agree.
Sorry.
I think you're doing great.
This is I don't even get paid for this, people. Okay. Jeez. Okay. Does it have Apple CarPlay from Zaki?
Yes, it does. Here, let's show them the interior, because the interior of the Ram 1500, the new Ram 1500, is so nice. Yes, this is not the place where we're going to see CarPlay, but I really want to show you the back seats. So much space back here. Here, I'll hop up. This one has a bunch of Mopar accessories. It's got the Ram bar, it's got the lights, 4800 lumen LEDs. It's got the spare tire carry where you can fit up to a 37-inch tire back there. These are 35s from the factory.
Wow.
Whoa. And then it's got the Ram rock sliders that also function as a light step, just enough for you to fit the side of your foot up there.
You gotta be
And
pretty
get in.
tall.
Yeah, you still need to be tall. Okay, so speaking of tall, 6 feet tall, and I'm fitting in the back seats with so much legroom. That's my driving position. You're just lounging back here, and you can slide the seat forward and recline and still have plenty of legroom. This is not the it's not a limited edition, but the first editions where it was $90,000 for those models. This is spec similarly though. This is not a first edition, it's spec similar though. So we've got leather seats with heating and ventilation in the back, heating and ventilation in the front. And then we've got carbon fiber inlays. We've got dual USB and USB-C ports back here, and AC sockets. All of your connectivity is back here, and then you've got this center armrest that folds out from the seat. Very nice, with cup holders, more cup holders. Those are the back seats. Let's go to the front.
Is it all leather and stuff?
It's not all leather. It's this Alcantara trim, which looks great now, but if you take this truck off-road, it's going to get dirty in a hurry. So I don't know if Alcantara was the best trim choice. I'm not going to give you too much of my impressions because I want you to watch the review that's coming this coming Monday, not today, obviously. The Durango Hellcat is up today. If you haven't seen that review yet, you should check that out. So,
The
leather
question
seats.
was Apple CarPlay.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I know. Thanks you, he says. Alcantara, and then leather on the seats. We've got a leather wrapped steering wheel with Alcantara again, with the carbon fiber inlays. We've got a 7-inch instrument cluster here, and then analog, tack, and speedo, left and right. And then your 12-inch Uconnect system is there. And let me hop in, and you may need to go to the other side. I'm sorry to make you walk, baby. You're gonna be okay.
Well, why?
You're
Is
gonna
it
be okay.
getting in?
Yeah, I'll help you in. Let's go. We got this. And then I'll pop the hood and show you a couple cool things. Well, you don't actually need to get in. You can kind of just peek in.
All right.
There you go. All right. I'm going to get it now. And at least put it in accessory mode so we can power on this display here. So this is the 12-inch Uconnect 4 system. The Uconnect 5 system is in, oh, I gotta close my, is in the Durango Hellcat that I was just reviewing. And Uconnect 5 is gonna be faster. It's gonna have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. This one does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but you gotta plug it in. Wireless is going to be much nicer. This home screen is very customizable. You can choose what top card you want here. If you want navigation up there, you got that. And then if you want climate controls, you've got those down here. So, and then you can rotate the screens or do whatever you want. Climate controls, apps, navigation, the surround view camera system, all in here with touch functions, and then some button redundancies and knobs. So it's a nice it's a nice transition from, you know, all knobs to just touchscreen. It's somewhere in between. It's a nice spot in between. But the seats are very comfortable, and the TRX details are pretty neat. You got these nice big paddles on the steering wheel. They're actually not one continuous paddle. It is a bent piece of aluminum back here. It is aluminum, it's not plastic. They get cold when it's cold out. I'm gonna stop reviewing now because I want you to watch my review.
Can you travel more than 10 miles before having to fill up? From Romain.
Yeah, Romain asks if you can travel more than 10 miles without having to fill up, and yes, you can, definitely. I mean, in that specific situation, it's obviously embellishing there, but it's thirsty. It's a thirsty truck.
Is the Ram TRX faster than a Trackhawk from the Car Kids?
Yeah, no, not faster than the Trackhawk. Does share the same engine, but it's 4.5 seconds to 60, says Ram. The Trackhawk, I think they say 3.5 seconds for that one, but people have seen low 3s for the Trackhawk, and people have seen low 4s for the Ram TRX.
Real-time MPGs from Race Gas smells good.
Oh, the MPG question is abounding. Yeah, so I've been seeing 7 to 8 miles per gallon.
All right, it's starting to rain more, so why don't you show the engine?
Oh yeah, and then we'll head out. The director has spoken. This was timed pretty well. We actually got some clear-ish weather right here. So you pop the hood and you see just a big plastic engine cover. But you lift this up and you'll see a T-Rex eating a raptor.
No way.
Yeah, really. Those are Christina's sound effects. That is not what the actual T-Rex is sounding like. But you can't really see much of the engine, which is a bummer. You come to the side and you can get a peek in. You can also see the functional hood scoop right there. See the Ram airflow up top and the head. If you go up, and there it is. Okay, so you see the air comes in there, and then it'll shoot right down into here, getting cold air into that engine. You can see the top of the supercharger there, and you just don't get a really nice, clean view of the engine. You have to come to the side. It's not completely blocked, but it is blocked a bit. And now, with that, we are getting into the actual YouTube live questions. Thank you guys so much for your patience. And we're going to go take it for a drive while I answer the rest of your questions. Okay? Help in. Here.
Probably.
Got it? Here we go.
Slippery.
And up.
Oh.
Sorry for all that dinging. Close the door. And turn on the truck.
All right. Hello to everyone joining. All right, got a lot of new people today.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for joining. Welcome to Miles Per Hour.
All right, let's get into it.
You got your seatbelt on? Yes? Okay.
How much does it cost from Abhinav?
Great question. So the Ram TRX starts at just under $72,000. The one I'm testing right here loaded with Mopar accessories and a bunch of options, more than I think you need. I think really in the low to mid 80s would be just a sensational truck, but this one is $90,000. Almost to the T.
All right, from Jamil, please talk about F-150 and Ram 1500 speed and off-road, which is the best?
So the Raptor is this truck's main competitor, and the Raptor has things like 3-inch Fox that's a Raptor right there. Look at that. Do you see it? Off to the left.
Yeah.
You see it? Oh, look, a Raptor. I actually like the spec on that one. I like the dark gray color. But the Raptor has 3-inch Fox internal bypass suspension, and this truck has 2.5-inch Hawk E2 bespoke suspension for this truck with 3 pistons in 1 monotube and electronic fuel proportioning valve, so you can get that the hydraulic fluid in fractions of a second. Look at the Raptor. There you go. I'm not going to race this guy or anything. I just want you to see it. In terms of like dimension, when you're driving this truck feels way bigger than that looks. I've been in a Raptor. The truck feels super wide and all that, but this truck, so funny that a Raptor pops up right now. That's amazing. But this truck feels bigger than the Raptor. But it's so cool that we get to see one right next to us. And while talk about coincidence, while the question is being asked about comparing the Raptor to the Ram TRX. That's funny, guys. So, so in terms of suspension, they do it two different ways. The Raptor does it a different way than the Ram does it, but they're both incredibly competent and get that hydraulic resistance in fractions of a second to be able to absorb the blows from jumps and the chatter off-road. So they both do it really, really well. Powertrain, that's got a twin turbo V6. This has the supercharged V8. This makes 252 horsepower more than that truck does. That's no slouch, don't get me wrong, but this truck makes a lot more power. That one gets substantially better fuel economy. I think it gets 16 combined, whereas this one gets 12 as quoted by the EPA. But both can do amazing things off-road. Both ride really well on-road. I think this truck rides even better on-road than that one does. And I think the interior is better in the Ram TRX. But it does cost an extra. That one's $56 for the as spec'd right there crew cab. You can get that in single cab with like a longer bed. But if you want to do apples to apples, that truck is 58, and this one's 72. So you're talking 12 grand difference between the trucks to start. But I really like the spec on that one. That's a really cool gray with the dark gray wheels. It's a nice looking truck, guys. It is.
All right.
This one looks mean. Okay, I'm just sorry.
Get
sorry.
away from us. Okay, from Kenya, from Katinchi.
Awesome. I don't know if we've had someone from Kenya
I
before.
don't think so.
Or Istanbul.
From Aaron. Hey, Miles, first time on live Q&A.
Oh, cool.
Exciting stuff, my man.
Thanks for joining,
Okay.
Aaron.
This or the Raptor? Well, you already talked about it.
Yeah, I mean,
In the
I don't
end,
know.
Would you choose this or the Raptor?
Yeah, who asked that?
Aaron.
Aaron asked that question. It's a great question, Aaron. I have to answer it from someone who like doesn't have gobs of money. So I would think, in terms of a value proposition, I might lean more towards the Raptor, the savings compared to this truck. But if I was just talking about something I'd want to live with every day, the interior in this truck is so nice that I would happily daily drive it. The Raptor, you can daily drive it. It does have some nice things to it, but just doesn't feel as premium as the Ram TRX. Although the fuel economy, I don't know, man. I don't know. I go back and forth. I can't really make a decision right now.
Okay, I'll get back to luxury.
Let's leave it to my review for the decision, okay?
All right. Any questions that have to do with other cars, I'm gonna hold off on.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Abhinav, are these wheels optional?
The wheels that are on this are optional. You're going to get 18-inch wheels as standard. These are the beadlock capable wheels on this truck right here.
All right. Hit the exhaust, mate. That was, I think, earlier when you started it up.
I did, yeah.
Can you speak another language? Oh, that's...
I can't. I can speak un peu de français.
From Adam, does it have interior ambient lighting? No.
It does not. No.
That'd be a little funny on a truck like this.
It has like, yes, it has a little bit of ambient lighting. It's not like the cool thin light strips, but the TRX in the dash does glow. You get certain glows like in the footwells in certain areas, but it's not really impressive ambient lighting like you're getting in some of the German luxury vehicles. So yes and no.
All right, Boss Nation Familia, they wish y'all a great success and happiness.
Oh, thank you guys.
Okay, have you taken it on some good trail rides from Ram Rider?
I took it on one little trail blip thing. I need to stay local because Christina could go into labor at any moment. So I didn't take it to the one trail area I wanted to go to, but I did take it somewhere off-road as part of my review and hit a jump and had some fun. So yes, look for that in my review this coming Monday, so a week from today. Okay, let's hit the throttle. That supercharger whine is so fun. To hear that in a pickup truck is pretty entertaining. And then of course the pickup is good, very good. That HEMI V8 noise takes over.
Okay, from Sam Sharma, does this look different enough from the Ram or from the Rebel, given the price and the performance difference?
Yeah, I definitely think it looks quite different from the
Sorry,
Rebel.
The camera's kind of crooked. I
Oh,
don't know why.
sorry.
It
is kind of crooked. That's weird.
It's just not loading.
If you double click the back
No,
one.
it didn't work.
Okay. So, I should have done launch mode. Sorry guys. This truck does have launch control, but I missed my opportunity there. I'll do it again when we get up there. It does look different from the Rebel. You can definitely tell the two apart on the road. This one it's that much wider. It's 8 inches wider than even the Rebel, and it's taller. It's so much taller. On the 35-inch tires from the factory are crazy. So you can definitely tell the two apart. And if you get like one like this with all the Mopar accessories, I wouldn't do that. But if you do, then you're really going to tell the two apart. Yeah, so you can definitely distinguish the two on the road.
Okay, Cybertruck or this from Abanov.
Oh man, I'm gonna definitely.
Are you doing launch control?
No, because I don't have a runway
Okay.
for it up here. But definitely gonna go with the Ram Trx. The Cybertruck, I'm sure, is gonna be cool, but not cool in the ways that this is cool. And I'm a naturally aspirated guy. What can I say? I like electric vehicles, but until they can bring in more sensations of excitement while driving. I got a chance to drive in the Porsche Taycan recently, and that one, they had an interesting spin on it. They brought in some artificial but fun noises to the acceleration that brought in some cool factor. And so I think when that can become more pervasive in the electric car field, then my opinions might change, because there are definitely benefits to having the low center of gravity with the electric batteries in the floorboards, and obviously the instant acceleration, instant torque. So, yeah, but for now, I'm gonna say Ram Trx over the Cybertruck. Also, the Cybertruck isn't here. I don't know what it's gonna be like. I know what this is like though. It's fun.
Okay. Does it have... Oh, we already asked that. Do you think this is a good daily from Rashad's TV?
Yeah, Rashad's TV, thank you so much for commenting on like all the videos with all your support. I think this could actually be a pretty good daily. Depends on your commute though. If you're commuting pretty far every day, no, because you're just gonna go through so much gas. But if you're not, if you just got a short commute and you want a fun little romp for the 5-minute drive to work, this would be awesome. It's comfortable. It's got all the heating and comforts and convenience features that you can ever ask for. So I think it'd be fun.
From Deb Duda, you are the same guy from Auto by Tel? Question mark. The
Yes.
resemblance is shocking.
Yes, I am the same guy from the Auto by Tel videos, Deb. I've been working with Auto by Tel for a long time, and I love that work too.
All right. Okay.
I was hoping we get a
Greetings
launch
from
control option.
Chile. Hey, good morning, Miles.
Greetings, good
from
morning.
Elite. Okay. What? Oh, we already talked about the price and fuel economy. Google C is saying 4K video, question mark? I'm not sure. Maybe you need to make a special video when you get to 4K?
Well, I don't
Wait,
know, but I'm
400K.
400,000?
It
Yeah.
just said 4K video. I don't know what that means.
Well, 4K is the resolution, so I'm
I
not
think that's the one that's having a problem with me, my filming.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
Sorry.
Google C. Okay, how is the seat material quality from Harsh? I think we already talked about this.
Yeah, Harsh, it's good. Like, the leather feel is great. I just don't think the Alcantara trim was a good choice. I get it, Alcantara is sporty, but it doesn't really make sense on an off-road truck. That's my take on it.
From Aaron, what does the bed liner look like?
Sorry, we're outside now, so I can't show you the bed liner. But it was really good quality. I think they did a nice job with the bed liner.
Oh.
This one has the bed utility group.
Can
so
they see it on your POV?
Not on the POV, but you
Or,
can.
I mean, not the walk around.
You can see it in the walk around, definitely. Great plug, Christina.
Okay. From Kyle, I shouted out your channel.
Oh, thanks, Kyle.
Okay.
Oh, good. I'm gonna get a launch control opportunity up here.
Oh, goody.
That was not enthusiastic, Christina. Okay, so I'm gonna go into the drive modes. So to do that, I'm gonna hit this TRX button here. bring up some drive mode options. And we've got Baja if I was off-road. But for this one, we're gonna go into Sport, which improves throttle response, transmission timing, shift timing, and steering feel, gives you a little more heft. And then all I have to do from here, boy, this wipers are going crazy right now. Okay, and then after that light goes, I will press the launch button here on the dashboard, hold my foot hard on the brake, give it full throttle, let go of the brake, and then I'll be off. Now it is very wet out here, but we do have permanent four-wheel drive, and we'll see what happens therefore. So I'm gonna press launch now, and then my foot is hard on the brake, apply full throttle, let go of the brake. Okay, I can't go very far because we got someone running across the middle of the street there. So that was just a run to 45, but there was some wheel spin for sure. Not too much of it. It's still crazy to feel the G-forces of acceleration in a truck like this. It's just so much fun. Sorry we didn't get a good full launch there, guys. All right, any other questions before we wrap this up?
Yeah, I'm just trying to focus, not get sick. Okay, is it 6-speed transmission?
It is
from
an
Humvees?
8. Oh, sorry. It is a TorqueFlite 8-speed automatic. So not 6-speed.
Okay. You're grinding so fast. So proud of you, from Cesar Chavez.
Oh, thank you, Cesar. I really appreciate your support. Seriously. Working very hard here for you guys.
Can you test it in sand dunes, from Thebetian?
Yeah, I don't have sand dunes accessible in the near area. I'd have to drive pretty far, and I can't go that far right now because Christina, the lovely Christina, could go into labor, and I want to be there for our child's birth. Boy, the rain's starting to really come down now. If I tried to do a launch in this, it would not go well.
No. Okay, from Thebetian, what do you think of the stretched Tesla screen that most car companies are copying?
Yeah, so what do I think of the portrait style screen is really the question that's being asked here. First of all, I'm going to go back into auto mode. And honestly, I see the benefits to this screen because it's just if it's the perfect accessible length from your arm, then it's more just reaching up and down instead of having to really reach over to the far right side, of the screen, if you've got the landscape style screen. So there is benefit to this if they divvy up the screen real estate right. And I think Ram does a good job of that on the home screen, of having this block up here that you can change the information and a block down here where you can change the information. So it's very customizable and on the fly. So I think it really depends on how the automaker uses the real estate is my answer to that question.
All right. Sorry, Dave, we already answered that question earlier. Let's see. From Gustav. Hi, my name is Gustav Mandal. I am from India.
Oh, hello. Thank you for tuning in.
Kolkata, West Bengal. Nice. Okay. Thanks so much for joining. Does it feel like it's going to flip on fast, sharp turns?
No, great.
Thebetian.
Thebetian, yeah, no, I do not think it feels like it's going to flip. It feels very stable. Someone else asked, I think Hirofumi asked the question earlier, if it feels stable in corners, and I think it definitely does. This is going to be an interesting one right here. I'm making a U-turn legally, but this truck's turning rate is, well, it's a truck.
Oh, no.
Is it going to make it? Yes, it is. Nice. There you go. Made that U-turn. And acceleration. Oh gosh, that doesn't get old, guys. It just doesn't. Am I making a launch opportunity if the light goes red?
No, I don't launch it.
All right, no launching. Not in
the rain.
Not in a lot of water coming down now.
How many pounds does it haul? From David Kemboy.
The payload, that's a great question. I cannot remember off the top of my head. I think it's...
Oh, someone else answered.
1,200 pounds?
Payload is under 1,000 pounds. Towing is 8,100.
Towing is 8,100. I don't know if on the Ram T-Rex it's under 1,000. I think it's 1,200 pounds. I think it's 1,200 pounds. I'm pretty sure I researched that.
From Rashad's TV, how's your day going so far, Miles?
Day's going great, Rashad. How is yours? I'm sincere about that. That was not sarcasm. My day is going great. Happy to be alive.
Great French accent. What is the average gas mileage on that model? We talked about that.
Yeah, we did
From
talk about fuel economy. If you missed it earlier in the video, we talked about it. Just quick answer, I'm right now seeing 8.1 mpg. And that's been driving pretty conservatively up till just this moment when I've done a couple accelerations.
Do you think it will sell as much as the Raptor, or it's going to be another fancy Range Rover you drive downtown?
I would never put this in the class of fancy Range Rover, but I will say they're going to sell more Raptors than they will Ram Trx's.
Because of the price difference.
Well, the price difference, and also the Raptor has been around for a number of years, and it just has that visibility, it has that recognition. So people are just going to default, they think sport off-road truck, they're going to go Raptor. They're not going to immediately think Ram Trx. It's for a very special buyer set, specifically people who like Rams, and they're thinking, well, hey, now here's a Ram in the niche of a sport off-road truck that I've been looking at. They don't have to jump ship and go to Ford. They can go get their Ram. That's who I think is going to buy this truck. And those who like the Hellcat engine in a variety of applications.
Will you make a night drive POV of the T-Rex?
Already done. Already done. Go check it out. It's up on the channel now. Great question.
Okay. How tall are you? He's 6 foot.
6 feet tall.
Does it have seat ventilation from
It
URI?
does, in the front and rear seats.
You lose them on this road.
No, not on this road.
Oh, you're good.
Not here.
All right, and then we have Castro. Oh, nice to join you live since I'm subscribed to your
awesome.
channel, watching from Nigeria.
Oh, wow, thank you. Guys, I love all the different country representations we have here in our live videos. It's so much fun for me.
All right, GMC Sierra versus Ram TRX.
The Sierra, well, there isn't really, I mean, there's the Trail Boss, but that's more like crawling orientation. I mean, it doesn't really, GMC doesn't really have a direct rival to this, and that was a Chevy Silverado Trail Boss. There isn't really a direct rival, so it's hard to compare the two. The biggest difference is going to be the tires, 35-inch tires from the factory that only the Raptor is going to beat in that way. Does the Raptor have 35-inch tires? Or does it have 34s? Anyone who knows, let me know. And then the suspension system. The Raptor does have that Fox internal bypass shock suspension, and the Ram Trx has its 2.5-inch electronic proportioning valves, 3 pistons, and a monotube suspension. Both hydraulic suspensions.
Okay.
That's me dancing to the beat of the turn signals. FCA vehicles always have very loud turn signals. You really jam out.
Okay, from David, can you put the Ram against the Ford Raptor in some challenges that's going to put them into the fullest capacity?
I wish I could. I do not have access to a Raptor right now, and neither Ford nor Ram will voluntarily give up a vehicle for a comparison in this case. So no, I can't. Sorry.
All right.
I would love to do that.
We're
Okay.
nearing the end.
Oh.
Oh, Christina will really make a great mom. Thanks, Kyle.
Thank you, Kyle. Yeah, we are nearing the end here, guys. Both in terms of Christina's tenure as a camera woman.
So if you don't like my quality today, it's almost over, guys.
And also at the end of this live Q&A, guys, thank you so much for watching, for participating, those who are tuned in live and those who are watching later. And go ahead and watch the POV drives and walkarounds for the Ram Trx, and then I will have my review up a week from today.
Thanks
all right, guys.
so much. You have a lot of great fans on here, babe. They're all your greatest fans.
Oh, you guys are awesome, really.
Thank you.
I really appreciate your support.
Talk
I'll
to
see you guys later.